This is how I pattern a shotgun, so I'm setting my board up. Now I got a pretty big board. It holds 3 pieces of paper. And I like to put an X or dot on the paper. So for size, I usually use a straight edge for that, but you can use your shotgun. I do that sometimes if I'm being lazy. So I just kind of want to know where the centers are. So when I'm back at the table, I've got something to aim for. And I usually buy this big 48-inch roll of paper. It's real cheap off of Amazon. Like I said, you don't have to be real fancy with this. You just need something to aim at. So that is how you set up the paper. And if you really want to know what your gun is patterning, I would recommend 3 targets, not 1. Because 1 can be a fluke, 3 is a pattern. So, paper set up, 3 targets. They're all big enough to catch the pattern. You have to do this with something to set the gun on. You have to do this off a bench. You cannot freehand a pattern test. It's a really hard thing to do. You are checking more point of aim if you are freehanding a pattern. So I do it off a bench. It'd be even better with a gun sled, but I just use my blind bag, the chair. I've got 3 rounds in this, so I'm going to shoot 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm going to pull them off, and then we'll go inside the shop and we'll hang the boards up and count the pattern on them and see what pattern density I got. So this is 25 yards, and this morning we are rolling Apex number 2 shot in the 20 gauge, so 3 inches. So this was pattern test number 3. And so what I do on these, like I said, we were at 25 yards, so I didn't write that on these because they were all the same, but they're 25 yards. So the reason we don't start with a circle is because I don't want to know how close I hit the center of a circle on a piece of paper. I want to know what the actual core of the pattern was. So take a tape measure, a yardstick, whatever, and I'm going to consider this one a flyer, and this one a flyer, and these 2, and this one. So my core pattern is right here. So I'm going to go from this pellet to say that pellet. So that is 16 inches, so that's 8. And I'm going to go this way. So there's my 16-inch mark, so y'all can see it. And we're pretty darn close in there. So roughly that's the center of my pattern. I'm then going to take a string and I'm going to draw a line around that. And if you had a lot of pellets on the outside, you would count the pellets on the inside, count the pellets on the outside, and that percentage would give you what choke you're shooting. Pattern 2, or 1, 2, 3. We already did the left one. So I'm just dotting the flyers, the ones that aren't inside the circle. They're kind of flyers, but not really because they're not far out. So on this one we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 outside the 16-inch circle. So nice full pattern. Same time this we had a few more, but nothing crazy. We had 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 outside the circle, 10, but fairly uniform. If you would make a pie out of this, I've got a decent number of pellets in each section. So that means no matter which way the duck is facing, he's got pellets in head and body. And you can say the same thing on this one. This one was a little light in this piece of pie, but not terrible. That's why we do 3 of these and not just 1. So this one, same way. We've got pretty equal distribution of pellets in each section. So all in all, that is shooting pretty dang full at 25 yards. You could certainly play with choke tubes and try to put all of these pellets in this circle. And that's a really good shell. It's loaded really nice. So I would almost bet you could get all of them in that circle, but I would hunt that in a second.